Hello. Hi.
Welcome back to this week of our Performing Arts
Crazy.
Resource Site Chat, our PARS chat. Yes, we have had crazy busy.
So if we have the look of that's because we have a crazy week. It's a good crazy though. It's the kind of crazy
an awesome crazy.
Want.
Yeah, like being in 3 states and like in 1 week and back and forth.
Yes.
And North Jersey, Philadelphia, New York.
And that does not include our meetings through the internet. Okay?
Yes, and it does not include our children and taking care of them and all the other places they have to be.
Exactly.
So it's been a busy week, but welcome back. So
welcome back and welcome to our show. This is actually our 4th show. We've got our tea, and so I'm drinking actually. I like the vanilla. The vanilla.
I have vanilla too today.
The vanilla. All right. Cheers. We have different mugs though. I try to get a different mug every single time, and but this mug here.
You have the Thomas Kincaid.
Thomas Kincaid, and you just have like a traditional.
Flowers
on there. So what are you guys drinking? What do you type right below what you're drinking, whether you're drinking tea, coffee, or maybe some water or spritzer or something, or maybe even a glass of wine. I don't know where you guys are, but also share your #1 news from this week, because we're going to be sharing some news for you guys that's exciting.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of exciting things for you. And also, what is your #1 concern when it comes to your profession, whatever career, whether you're an actor, singer, dancer, or triple threat,
all 3,
whether you're in front of the camera, behind the camera, or whether you, whatever industry you're in, share what your #1 concern is. So what are you drinking, and what your news is, the positive, the great news you have for this week, and also what's your #1 concern. Okay, so let's start off right away with the news of the week for showbiz.
Showbiz. Some of the showbiz news of the week. A lot of really cool happenings have been going on in the Pennsylvania area, Philadelphia. I don't know if you can be able to check them out, but I know it was amazing this past week. At the Annenberg Center for the Arts, you had the Rasta Boys, the Bad Boys of Dance, Rasta Thomas. Actually, they were on So You Think You Can Dance, I think, last year.
Oh, cool.
And just incredible. They're actually on tour. So really catch them in. I know that they're doing Philadelphia, Delaware, Washington, D.C. Also as well, too, a nice shout out for some local news to some of our smaller community regional theaters in this area. The Ritz Theater, they're going to be doing Godspell, and I love that show. I directed that show a couple of years ago at Main Stage, and really a good dear friend of mine will be directing it, and they're down at the Ritz Theater. They will be holding auditions, but some really cool, neat things are happening, within the dance world. A lot of concerts happening over at University Arts, over at Annenberg Center, the Kimball Center. So, please get out and support the arts, support, your musicians, or even if you're not a musician and you love music, get out there and support the arts. A lot of great things in our area happening. New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Southern New Jersey, and Delaware. It's so close. It's like a couple of hours just to get there. So that's some of the exciting performing arts news that's happening.
Keep in mind when you because last night some of you might have seen me or Renee out and about, and when you see us, because we'll be going to shows and checking shows out in our local theaters, and we will not only do New Jersey, but we're going to go down to Delaware, Maryland, go up and down the East Coast, and our goal is actually to travel more from here and then go out, maybe go towards the Midwest, maybe even out to Europe at times. But if you see us, please tap us on the shoulder, say, hey, how are you? I saw you on the show, because we have a lot of you guys that are signing in and watching the show and connecting with us on Facebook and Twitter and all the social networks on Google Plus and Chrome and all that. So make sure if you see us, please feel free to come up to us and say hi, and we want to hear what you're doing and just to say hello. Okay, maybe we'll have a cup of tea with you and have fun. But also keep in mind that there's a lot going on maybe in your neck of the woods, in your community, and share it with us. Please. Let us know right below. You can email it to us, or you can just put it in the message in the form right below what you're doing, what you've seen, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, and we'll plug your theaters. We'll talk about them. We want to really to talk about the community theater, the local theaters, and the hard work that they're putting into bringing art to their communities, because Renee works with them, and they are the most powerful and valuable asset to all the little towns and townships in the United States and around the world. And that it's not only about Broadway or LA, it's about small towns like even ours that are really doing their best, the small little theaters and because I know that they're working hard.
And giving back, they're giving back to the community and that's what we do as artists.
They're the future about the future artists.
You're the future.
Stars.
You are the future. And
you did it.
Yeah,
when you were young.
I did it.
Started at 4 years old.
Yeah, all the dance competitions and my mom driving me back and forth to New York and Boston and Baltimore and the theater companies, and that's how I started. So this is where my roots are. It's amazing.
I'm going to put a picture down there so you can see Renee when she first started.
Oh no!
So look below; it'll be there in a couple of minutes.
Oh no!
But you started there, and it's cool when you hear these stories, and people, because that's where you start, and all this.
It's where you start, and it's a safe environment, where you can come together as a community, build friendships and relationships, and that last a lifetime. And not everyone necessarily is going to do it as a profession, but those that you're surrounded by, they're going to encourage and inspire you, and you get to meet all these amazing cool people, from anchor TV men, such as Rick Williams. We're going to give you a shout out, Rick Williams. Hey, Rick. He was one of our leads in Guys and Dolls when we did the show for Morristown Theater Company.
Great supporter
3 years ago. Great supporter of the arts. I mean, he's there. He's everywhere with his lovely wife and their children, and I even dragged my husband out to dance with me.
Guys and Dolls?
Yeah, I was like, honey, you're going to be in the show, and he's like, what?
Okay, maybe in the course of this conversation, I'll put a picture of me doing my jump split.
Please.
Guys and Dolls.
He did an awesome job. Yeah, I made him dust off his dance shoes and come back out of retirement, and we all just had.
I haven't put them on since.
So it's time for him to do another show. That's I'm gonna get him to him to lift me again and do another show. But that's what's been happening as far as the entertainment news for us on this end.
And keep in mind that Renee continues. I want to make sure. I hope you guys caught the interview. We spoke about Pamela last week and last show, but we also had an opportunity to interview her in person. The following day on Monday, and we did a Skype interview with her. She was in Germany. We were here. It's powerful, incredible nuggets of wisdom and information that's going to be just exciting. So I hope you caught it.
Yes, please.
I'll go ahead and put a link. You'll see that in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, please do.
Down below
especially for those that I've been mentoring and those students that I've been reaching out to, and you've been reaching out to me on Facebook, in your private messages to me about what do I do about this, and I want to be a singer, and I want to. Please listen to that interview because Pamela, she is amazing. She's been doing this for decades. She is an incredible, not only technician and musician, but an incredible person. She wants to give back and she wants to be able to share. She coaches as well too in Europe. So please check that out. There's like some amazing, just detailed information for you as a singer, songwriter, performing artist that's going to help you and push you to never ever give up on your career.
Right, and just so check that out. It's right below. You'll see it right below.
Awesome.
Also, you notice here that we've got a whole bunch of stuff here, and we've got another huge thing that we're doing right now. Did I mess that up for you? No. But over here, I'm sure you guys are seeing this here, all this stuff here. We've neated up. It's Renee calls it junk, but that's just the way she chats. But this is valuable information. This is going into our musical theater curriculum that Renee we just we're working on now. But it's going to.
Okay, so we're sharing news. You want me to share our news then for the week? Okay, fabulous.
I'm sorry. No, never mind. No. I'm not going to jump ahead. But anyway, we'll talk about this in a bit. Okay, let me move on. Let me stay on our script and our outline.
I'm trying to stay on the outline. He's really super excited.
And I get on her case about that. But anyway, my news. Let me talk about my news. Okay, I wanted to talk about yours.
Is that right? Or did we follow through?
Casting calls.
Auditions for the week.
Auditions. That's what I was segueing into. The auditions. Everyone, make sure you check the auditions. Renee is continually putting up the casting calls for this week. I'm sorry if I'm tripping over my tongue and all that stuff. But go to our PARS, PARSmembership.info and just look there on casting calls. Okay, you find it. If you can't find it, and matter of fact, I'll put the link right below.
Yes, there's a lot of information, and also friends of ours that are musical directors and casting directors are specifically looking for certain things, and so they are also going through our networking site. So please make sure that you check those auditions. I'm going to give a quick shout out, actually, to this specific person, Ramon.
Go ahead.
Awesome work, man. I'm super, super proud of you. We worked with Ramon years ago at Morristown Theater Company doing shows, regional theater. He's actually been booking work as a professional performer, which is incredible. Saw it, and he Facebooks me or
how do you pronounce
inbox
his last name? It's hard for me to.
I don't know.
It's
French and Spanish.
French and
so
Spanish.
So I say Ramon. So what? So the reason why I bought it.
I'll put his name right below. You
yeah.
See his name
the
right
reason
below.
why I bought up Ramon is because he's putting out there on his Facebook or whatever. Hey, I'm going to New York City for this audition, or I'm going for that. Hey Renee, what about this person? What about that person that I can connect to? And he's getting through to the end. He's getting callbacks. He's singing his second and third song. He's dancing through. So that is my shout out for the week for Ramon. Right. You're doing an excellent job of actually taking all the advice that we've been giving you, that I've been giving you personally over the last 5-6 years that I've known you, and then using our resource site and plugging it in and doing your work. So I'm super proud of you, man. Keep on, keep on going to those auditions and learning, and you will eventually book your next show.
Right, cool. Well, excellent. Congratulations, Ramon. So my news for the week. Let me talk about my news of the week right now.
Yep.
Okay, I've been really, really busy. I do a lot of work in front of the camera, and I do a lot of stuff on the internet, as you can see. And this week, I think I did at least 30 videos this week for different projects that I'm working on. And if I probably have done thousands over the last couple of years of online videos, whether it's tutorials or promotions for different programs, events, and this week has been really, really crazy with that. So I love it. I love that kind of work. It's doing what I enjoy doing. So that's one of my news. I'm shooting a lot. So if you Google my name, Peter Liciaga, you'll see all the stuff that I'm into and what I'm doing. Okay. Also, we got our dates for the shoot.
Yay!
And we're gonna for the magazine that we're going to be featured.
Wait, when are the dates? It's the March, the beginning. It's like in 2 weeks, I think.
In 2 weeks, yeah, I think March 4th or something like that.
Yeah. Ooh.
March 4th. Well,
I forgot to put it on my calendar.
We're actually going to meet with a stylist, and they're going to dress us, make us look beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to do a photo shoot for this magazine. We're not going to tell you the magazine yet. Okay, but what we're going to do is we just want to share with you that we got that hooked up. We've got our dates. Everything is set to go. The magazine will come out in it'll be the April issue. So we'll be shooting the photos in March, and it'll come out. We'll definitely let you guys know when it comes out, and we'll give you guys a link so you can get the magazine itself. So we're excited about that, and they wanted. What did they want? Can we tell them what the theme of it is? You think what the theme is?
Yeah, I can't remember. You said I have so much in my head right now.
The theme, they wanted to interview and photo cool couples. And they contacted us.
Okay, so we're cool now. Whatever.
So we're cool. Like, hey, I think we're cool. I think we're cool. Go right below and let us know whether we're a cool couple or not.
Yeah, if we're cool still
I think
or not.
Nice.
I don't know.
If you don't think we're cool, say that you guys are nice, but I don't know if you guys would be cool. Or just simply say, you guys are cool.
Yeah, we got swag or not. I don't know. Whatever the youngins. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever the young ones. That reminds me of Ricky. My boy Ricky Whitfield. Swag. Yeah,
well, like a cigar.
I know it does.
Anyway, the next thing is that also again, I'm saying news. That's our news, but it's this is my news also. Is that this show here, Par's Chat Cafe Live, is getting a lot of attention from local theaters simply because they're saying that we're doing something that really promotes the arts and really gives back to the community, and we do this on our own time because we love it. We love the theater. We love the art, and it's our way of staying connected not only to the theater but to the up and coming artists and also the people that are on the front line of the up and coming artists, the directors and choreographers, and some of these people just have a passion and they're just giving their best. And some of them are wearing like a lot of hats. A lot of these small theaters, there's a director and they're trying to be choreographer, stage, costume, makeup. They're trying marketing,
ticket sales,
everything, and it's just a challenge to keep the theater alive, as you guys know. Okay, so I just want to thank everyone that's been supporting this. The theaters, we have directors, and we'll do shout outs specifically for them over time. Right now, we're not, because we want to make sure that that we get everyone. I don't want to miss out anyone.
Yes.
So that's my news of the week. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And so, what's yours?
Well, okay. Well, like I said, my news is his news is our news. It blends together.
Yeah.
But also, I've had quite a few interviews for some for choreographing and staging some specific shows, but not until the fall. Mm-hmm. So what happens is that you go for these meetings and these interviews and putting together material. I'm putting together my own material as a choreographer and a stage director, or whether I'm doing an industrial, and things won't happen until September, October, but it's really exciting to get those calls, and, I got another text message, oh, Renee, are you available for this or that? So I let people know, well, let me check through my schedule, let me talk to my husband, we need to figure out what our family schedule is as well, too, because we have a daughter who's now doing a talent show, she plays flute, our son is going to be in music concerts as well, too, so we really try to...
We've got production schedules, this show, we have other projects we're doing videos for.
So we just really try to make sure that we really stay in sync with all of our electronic devices of what our schedule is, because we don't want to overbook ourselves and one another. So that's really excited. I just booked a speaking engagement actually up in Newark, actually New Jersey, and the school is called, it's a LinkedIn school, and it's a charter school in Newark for girls. And I'm really excited, and I was honored. I met a lady, actually I coached through AMTC, Actors and Models and Talent for Christ, up in the New York area, and this lady, she works there at the school, and she said, we would love to have you speak to our girls about what it means to be a young lady, what it means to have dreams and goals and hopes, and just to be, that positive influence in their lives. So I'm really excited about this project, and I'm really excited about the speaking engagement and going up there and sharing my life with these young ladies up in Newark, New Jersey. So that happens in a couple weeks at the end of March. There's a lot going on, photo shoot, speaking engagement, and then last but not least, the most exciting thing that we've been doing is, he's been the behind the scenes man and coordinating and making sure everything is done, is we finally released our musical theater curriculum for dance school owners. And I'm so super excited about this. I've had over the past couple of years about, Renee, how do you implement a musical theater program in a dance school? And it's not just doing the dance and teaching dance numbers from a musical theater piece, but actually having set curriculum where we're talking about the vocals, we're talking about the acting, we're talking about staging, we're talking about performance, we're talking about the tools that you need, we're talking about the terminology. So I'm so super excited about this, and this is what the two of us have been working on. And
we're going to do a webinar about that. We're going to, well, I say webinar, we're going to do a video.
Yes.
We're going to share. We're going to show you the website. We're going to show you what's there. We'll do that in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
So that you have, it's going to go live and active in the middle of March. And so we're doing a lot of the content, a lot of the video productions, and a lot of Renee's doing a lot of work on that, and I'm simply just doing the technical stuff. But we do have you guys can have access to it now. So the information is right below if you want to find out more about it and even sign up for it and save on it. But that we'll do a webinar and a video and share that with you. But that's exciting.
Yeah, and finally, after all these years, because I write my own curriculums depending upon who I'm teaching for, whether it's a master workshop class at a college on musical theater, or whether it's lyrical dance or hip hop or jazz, whatever it may be. And for me, that keeps my skills sharpened, because I'll take my classes in Philly and New York, and then I'll make sure my body's ready and my vocals are ready and my acting abilities and skills are brushed up on, so that I can give back, So it's not like we learn and get a degree and then we're done. My husband and I, we're always continuing to challenge one another and learning new things. I mean, he's teaching me a lot of the technology, and it's a lot of work. But you know what? It's amazing when you do what you love to do, and then you can be able to package that and then give that back. Because what ended up happening was, I was telling him literally 2 weeks ago, honey, I think I'm starting to overextend myself. I'm exhausted. I can't get to Pennsylvania, New York, Princeton Ballet, and wherever else I've been going, because they've been asking, dance school owners and theater owners have been asking me, Renee, you need to help me figure out this musical theater program, and you need to help me in this. And my husband said, Renee, you can't be at 10 places at one time. Right. Let's do this. We're going to do a musical theater curriculum. We're going to shoot it. We're going to videotape it in modules. We're going to break it all down. And so he's the man when it comes to, I have these amazing ideas and all this creativity and energy, and then I give it to him, and then we can put it in something that now everybody can share.
Right. Anyone around the world, United States.
Anyone.
And so it's going to be available. So anyway, it's very, very exciting. And I'm glad that she decided to go ahead and do that. It's awesome. So we have technology to do it.
Yes.
And we're going to do it. Okay, so let's move on to the question of the week.
Sure.
Question of the week. And you want to go first?
Yeah, let me go first.
Okay.
Mine is shorter. I mean, yours is really like great.
Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see.
Hey, let's find out.
Mine might be short.
Yeah, right. He'll just say, just do it. No, I'm teasing.
Oh, tip.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
Yeah. We skipped over the tip.
I skipped over the tip. Okay, good. Skipped over the tip.
Okay, so I have my tip, and then your. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, I don't. Hold on. No, I have my question for the week from one of my students. Yeah,
so
you go ahead and take over
my tip of the week, and you probably saw the video when you registered. I was doing my fitness, and the one thing that we talk about, Renee and I kept talking about it a lot, especially putting a lot of the work that we're doing on the other projects that we're doing, is this ability to be fit, stay fit, and to get fit, stay fit, and be fit as performing artists. Not just performing artists; it's for everyone, but performing artists specifically. You have to really factor in and schedule in your day your training to stay fit. You've got to stay fit.
Yes. And
dance classes will do it, everything, but you want to make sure you have the energy to do what you need to do. Too many performers are going to auditions or starting shows, doing productions, doing projects, and they're not fit and not up for the challenge, and so they might get through the project, but by the end of the project they're exhausted and their body breaks down, and they then have to go through a recovery phase, and they cannot get right back into auditioning and getting ready for the next project. And so you have to stay fit. So my tip of the week simply is to create a schedule for yourself to get fit, stay fit, so that you are fit when you go to your audition or you're doing a booking. For instance, I know what it's like to get up early in the morning.
Yeah. Can you give everyone like just an example of what you do? And I know for me, I need to write things down. Like I have a journal actually that Peter made for me. I have a journal and I write down, what I eat in the morning. Okay, did I get enough water today? Okay, now I'm going to stretch. Now I'm going to do my vocals. Okay, now I'm going outside. Now I'm going. So can you just give us like an example? I know what you do, and most of it's up here because you've been doing it for so many years.
Yeah.
But how would you help someone that's just starting out on getting fit?
Start walking. Do squats, push-ups, and sit-ups. If you have a chin-up bar, or you can use a table, there's some ways you can use even the table we have now. You can pull yourself up, but I would start with squats, I would start with sit-ups, and I would start with push-ups. And then I would do chin-ups. If you have a chin-up bar, if not, then that's what I would start with, and start walking. Do something. Now, for me, I've been doing this since I was 9 years old, so that's several decades. I'm also a martial arts expert. I teach about 40 classes, martial arts classes a week. Yeah. And then what I do, I mix up my schedule. What I'm doing, if you're interested, what I do these days, I'm doing the P90X. I'm having fun with that.
I'm not.
My good friend Michael Donato, Master Donato of Donato Karate Center, he did P90X, and so he let me borrow his, and I'm having fun with that. It's hard, it's challenging, and I'm enjoying it. And so that's what I'm doing. But if you're just starting out, something simple to do, especially if you're traveling and you're in a hotel, push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. That's, for me, the key. Push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. Any kind of abdominal work, any kind of leg work. These are big, large muscle groups. The only challenge is to find a way to get your back muscles. But, hey, if you're on the run, do something. That's what you do. So that's my tip of the week.
Awesome. Yeah. So, and also along, too, with the physical part of it, is making sure what we're putting into our body. My mom got us a Ninja, one of the new blenders. Yeah, we love it. We love it. I'm on my. This is like the second month of doing the different juicings, and just take the time out to research. It's cold, it's winter. Those of us that are vocalists, that are singers, making sure that we're blending together, that we're using the ginger root, that we're using the lemon or honey or anything that's going to coat that throat, so that we can get through our singing auditions. Yes, slippery elm bark, throat coat. I mean, I think I used that a couple weeks ago because I was speaking so much and singing and back and forth to New York. Right. Making sure you get that extra vitamin C and that zinc. Fruits and veggies, the more raw, the better. Yes, it's just, and staying hydrated. So, I mean, that's, in small meals throughout the day. Don't just have these large meals and then sit and not do anything. So, I mean, that's really important as well, too, because we can work out, but if we're not putting the good fuel inside of our bodies, then, we will end up being injured and then being out of a show, and then that's a whole nother thing. So, that we can talk about that in length at another time.
Right.
But it's so important for us to continue to keep moving, stay fit, be fit, and make sure that we are watching what we're putting into our bodies.
Right. If you want to see some videos, some resources on that, just let us know right below. Okay, guys. So we'll show you what we're doing, share more with you. And so I know there's some stuff that we've already done that we can share with you. I have videos on juicing, some of the juices that I use and the recipes, and I show you how I do that. And so if you want more of that, just let us know. Okay, we have our questions of the week.
Okay. Yeah.
Questions from you guys that have been. Please continue to send your questions. And like we said last week, we're only going to pick one or two of them to answer in the show. And I know you guys are putting some questions and comments right below. Continue doing that.
Yes.
And what we'll do, just for the sake of time, we're going to just answer one or two questions from the previous show. So this show, you want me to go first or you?
Well, I can go first. Actually,
Okay.
I just got something from a young gentleman that I just met a few months ago. Very talented singer, performing artist. He does it all. And he asked me. He said, Miss Renee, how do I know when I am ready to relocate to New York City or LA?
Right.
This person, they have a passion to be able to sing, and their songwriting, and that's their gifting. That's their gifting and their talent. And that's my professional and personal opinion. But they also have been doing the musical theater because it's been paying the bills, and they're doing shows. So one of the things that I would suggest is this: you have to have a plan. What ends up happening with a lot of us, whether we're still in college or we just graduated college, and whether we're in the Midwest or down south, and all we can think about is being on Broadway in New York or going to LA and Hollywood. And we pack up and we go. We don't have a place to stay. We don't have any funds or money. So it's very important actually to plan everything out before you go. Research. Ask other people, other performing artists that have relocated, whether it's from, New York to LA or LA to New York, or from the Midwest or from the South or Southern states going up to New York. How they felt and what they needed to do. You also want to make sure that you have a support team, that you have family and parents that are going to support you, and not just financially, but be able to support you mentally and spiritually as you are literally uprooting yourself, leaving everything and moving somewhere else. So my husband and I definitely and strongly would suggest, please do your research. And if you have made money within the past couple of months or years of doing, musical theater tours or whatever, because, some of those contracts are really great, that you can make a lot of money, $500, $600, $700, $800 a week, and put it away or invest it or save it or whatever, because what you don't want to have happen is you go to New York and you're expecting to book a show or a job, and you get all these callbacks, but then all of a sudden, after the first month, you've paid $2,000 to $3,000 a month on a small apartment. It's very expensive in New York and in LA. And now all of a sudden you have no money to live.
Right.
So then now all of a sudden your dreams and your goals and your hopes of being a performing artist or a singer or whatever it is, now all of a sudden you've got to do a day job or a night job. And that starts to take away and take your focus away from why you came to New York or LA in the first place. And that's to work on your craft, and that's to go to all the auditions, and that's to be available to your agent so that you can get to a commercial call. And then if you can't say, oh, well, I have to bartend tonight, or I have to work at McDonald's because I need the money to pay for my rent or my mortgage, so I can't go to the audition or the call. And that's a very common trap that my husband and I have seen over the last, I would say, 30 years as well.
You have to keep in mind, it's going to be hard work.
Yes.
Bottom line. I know a lot of times people will ask us a question. I know myself, they'll ask me a question, and more often than not, they want an easy answer. It's hard work. Any industry is a challenge to go into, to position yourself, and then to grow and develop, so there's this ability to sustain yourself in that industry. In the entertainment industry is the same thing. Now, these days, what's great is that you have the technology.
Yes.
And you can be anywhere in the world and promote yourself. And so my recommendation is not only with what Renee said, to piggyback on that, but to really to be prepared for the hard work. and you might have to do a couple of jobs to sustain yourself, because you may say, you know what, now's the time to go to New York or to LA, and I'm going to pursue this. You may go with, they recommend 6 months to 12 months of revenue, money in your bank that can pay your way. This way you can focus on. But guess what? It might take 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. You don't know. But you need to be prepared, and you need to grow. So the idea is your preparation now from this moment on to pursue a career in this industry, and to be prepared for it. So what you're doing now is asking the questions. That's perfect.
Which is great.
Get the training, get the understanding, understand the business aspect of it, understand a creative aspect of it, and which is why we do what we do. This is where we can help you guys out. So it's a great question. And when do I know when I should go to New York or LA? I could say that, you know what, if you want to go.
Right.
And because I had an artist go a couple of years ago, he went, and within a month he was broke. He came back, but then when he came back, he put together a better plan. Went out to LA, and he's still in LA doing his thing. But it's still challenging. It's still hard, but he's more equipped and prepared. So that's one story. We have artists also that go out to LA or to New York, and they get their job, and then they do great for several years and building. All of a sudden now they go through a lull, and they're out of work, and it's hard. So it's still a challenge. So it still comes down to your passion, your desire. And just the other day we had someone say that they're coming out of the industry, they're stopping, and that's going to happen. And the life, today it's not the end of the world. You still go back. You may go back in and out of the industry, but the thing is to be prepared for the hard work. That's it. Be prepared. So my question of the week. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. There was a lot of stuff there.
Yes.
My question of the week was from someone simply, how do I market myself? How do I get myself out there? How do I basically get out there? And that's marketing. Marketing is just telling people what you do and telling people about who you are. And how about this? Start by sharing about you getting fit. For the career that you're looking forward to. But you've got to get yourself out there. How do you do that? You do that by making yourself available to people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you go out there networking with people when you can. And you have, of course, your website, and you're connected to the social networks. And you make it easy for people to find you and to connect with you. So that was my question there of the week, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone's reminded of that. And I'm most likely that's the questions that we get. You probably agree with me. A lot of the questions are the same. Yes, a lot of the questions are the same. So if this is your first time actually chatting with us today, we would love to hear from you. If you've listened to some of our other chats that we've had, please, a lot of you have signed up, and then you will get the replays. And sometimes I understand we're super busy and we're going here and going there, but now guess what? In this area in the Northeast, it's wintry, it's cold, it's rainy. So a lot of the times we are mostly inside. So if you can take that opportunity to really go back and listen to the replays, because a lot of the questions over the last few weeks have pretty much been relatively the same. So, if you can really just slow that up and listen to it again. And if you need to, even though I have, my iTouch, and I like good old fashioned a paper and pen at times, and just writing things down like, oh, I didn't think about that. And oh, Peter talked about this on the tutorial. Where do I find that? Oh, Peter talked about this as far as where my website. Am I checking my website? Am I on LinkedIn? Am I on Twitter? Am I, so what we're doing at the same time, even though, it's a performing arts resource chat, this is also an educational, basically, an informational, time where we can share with you. So, but what we need to do is we need to hear your feedback. And some of you I do, from my Facebook friends, some of you I do hear, hey, Renee, that really works. Thank you. So that Peter and I can help those of you that are watching, so that we can even get into more detail if we need to with you. What's great is that it's not a bad thing that the same question is being asked, because the answers are there. And we do have resources for you. We've done it ourselves. We have other people that we're working with. Like, for instance, I'm just thinking of vocals, Pamela Falcon. She has her resource site, and I know she's in Germany. Her website is dominantly
Auf Deutsch.
German, but you can translate that on Google Chrome. But she also has tips for singers on there. That's incredible. I shared that during during the course of this week on one of our somewhere. I don't know where I shared it, but I shared it somewhere. But there's resources out there to answer the questions that you guys have that many people have already asked. So people have been down this road already. So be fortunate, feel blessed that you're not asking anything that's new. So we've got the answers for you. Okay, so let's go and talk about the artists we're going to highlight. Highlight today.
Okay.
It's on you.
I got two. This is so much fun for this week. Okay, well, we are going to highlight actually one of my best friends. Her name is Deborah Walton, and I met her, almost 18 years ago when we were on the first national tour of Go, 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 Go of Joseph. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. She was my roommate, and we traveled all over the United States and Canada, and we became, basically, she was the sister I never had, so we became sisters. We were like this. And Deborah, I love you. If you're watching, awesome. She's really funny. She's like even more old school and old fashioned than I am. And she's like, I don't have time for all that video stuff and this, that, and the other. So, I'm telling on you now. But anyway, she is such an amazing woman. She's very multi-talented. She's done tons of Broadway shows. The one thing I could think of right now, because we're watching American Idol, and we both love Harry Connick Jr. And she did the Pajama Game with Harry Connick Jr. a few years ago when it was on Broadway. And she said she had learned so many things from him. She said he was just as relaxed as what we see on TV now, and just really cool and laid back. But when it came to time for them doing their dancing and learning the choreography and rhythmic things, he was just so involved and invested in it as a musician and as an artist, and you can tell he just has that natural ability. So it's really neat. Friends that we have worked with, for 20, 30 years, their coaches and mentors are some of the biggest names in this business, and it's just really cool to be able to learn and feed from one another. So I just want to say thank you so much, Deborah, for sharing all of your gifts and talents with me over the past 20 years so that I can continue to share it to my students and we can enjoy it. But right now, she just finished a off-Broadway show we saw back in September called Storyville, and which was amazing. At the York Theater in New York City. We had a chance to watch it, and her husband, Sean, he's on the other end, with the Associated Press, writing articles. He's also a photographer as well, too. So he is in the fine and performing arts business, and he is so supportive of what his wife does, of what Deborah does. But it's just been really neat to just see her grow. This past when was that? This past spring, actually. She came all the way down here, and I did a master workshop. Hopefully we're going to get a clip or a link on there.
Yeah, I'm putting it down there. So look below.
Awesome.
It'll be there.
She came down to my area and did a master workshop, and we talked about audition tips and just all these things that she was able to give to the students. And between the two of us, her and I, it was just so much fun because, we're like the two little sisters that giggle and laugh and have fun. But when it comes down to learning our craft and auditioning and making ourselves better performers and better teachers, we get really serious and we feed off of one another and our energy. It was just really neat because one of the things that she had shared with me, this was a few months ago, when she was like, wow, Renee, you and Peter, you guys are writing your own curriculum, you're doing your own shows, she's like, I've got to get on top of the technical aspect. So since then, she's joined LinkedIn. She was really excited about that. And another thing that I found that was really awesome with her is that she realized that, okay, wow, she's a performer. She's been performing. She's done tons of shows from Ain't Misbehavin' to Smokey Joe's Cafe. She's done some of the biggest shows. Annie, Get Your Gun, South Pacific with Robert Goulet. She's done some of the biggest Broadway shows and national tours ever. And she finally said to me a few months ago, she said, Renee, I want to learn more about the business, not just as a performer myself or a singer, dancer, actress, but I want to learn about the technical aspect. So a couple weeks ago, she was called by Brenda Braxton, who was the original member of Smokey Joe's Cafe, and I think they just celebrated their 20-year anniversary of Smokey Joe's Cafe on Broadway. And Brenda Braxton produced the show, and they did it at a cabaret up in New York City this past week. And she asked Deborah to be the production stage manager.
Wow.
And Deborah called me like, Renee, I'm going to be stage managing. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Wow.
And I said that was so awesome. And she said, that I inspired her to not just think of herself just as an actress or as a Broadway performer, but now she can learn the behind the scenes. So, the show went well. It was sold out. You had all, Adrian Bailey and Ken Ard and Brenda Braxton, Dee Lee Lively. She flew in from Vegas, and they all got together and, did the songs from Smokey Joe's Cafe. And my best friend, Deborah Walton, was their production stage manager, making sure that they were on time, making sure they had their water, making sure they were taken care of. And she said it was such an amazing experience. Of course, when she's sitting there with them,
right.
With all the old school Broadway divas, and she was learning from them. But at the same time, she pushed herself. Even though she was nervous, she pushed herself. So now she knows what it's like to be behind the scenes, because she's also a script writer and she writes her own shows. And when she goes to put a show in up in New York, she needs to know the business aspect of how to be able to do that.
Think about it. A lot of the movie stars, they'll get 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars for a movie, but they're going to also now these days are going to get some production credits, executive producers, also directors, writing. They want to get some of a cut from the sale and the ticket sales and from the shows and the products. And so you want to start thinking that way. And a lot of times we're talking about finding ways to sustain yourself in an industry that we are blessed to be in and to be creative in, but to know the business part, know what goes on behind the scenes in the business aspect, on stage, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and a lot of the superstars. And that's just name a couple, like Brenda Braxton. You said
Brenda Braxton produced it. She produced the show.
Brenda's also an entrepreneur. She's got her own business. Yes, her
own hair salon
so
up in Harlem.
She is she is expanding herself and her ability to basically produce and using her gifts and talents as an artist off the stage, behind the scenes. So you have the movie stars. What's some movie stars that are doing it? Jada Pinkett, Will Smith. They're producing a lot of TV shows. Oprah Winfrey, she's a huge name. Great example. Ellen DeGeneres. These are all artists that have segued into the production aspect of
Wahlbergs,
it, right?
The Wahlbergs, starting as musicians and singers and rappers and actors, and now they're producing. Now they're behind the scenes producing.
Exactly. So you have names and names of artists that are seeing that they can generate more revenue and sustain, and also at the same time give back by taking new artists and producing and managing and building them up, and now you've got these artists that are sustaining themselves in an industry that they have a passion for, and that's what you can do also, and that's what we're doing. And this is
having that longevity. So it doesn't have to just be like, I did a show and now I'm done.
Exactly.
It can continue 20s, 30s, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80 years old.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't stop.
So guys, we're coming to the end. We've got
but I have one other person, and this is another great. This is another great example.
I should have a bonus. So who is it? I don't even know.
Tony K. Irving. Irving. And we met each other about, 1996, 1997, when we were rehearsing Smokey Joe's Cafe. So I was rehearsing in the dance captain for the European tour that was going out, and we were rehearsing in Reno, Reno, Nevada, and he was going out for the first U.S. tour of Smokey Joe's Cafe after the Broadway show had closed. And we had met, we had stayed in great touch, just going back and forth, and this was all, I haven't seen him in that long, but we would stay in touch via Facebook or emails. And, he's like, hey, Renee, I'm in Germany now, and I'm doing this show for Stella. I think he did Miss Saigon and Beauty and the Beast and a whole bunch of other shows. So he kind of just, followed us, and would come back home to the States every now and then. Well, I had seen that he had just gotten picked up. He has his own show. Now, he started off as a singer, dancer, actor as well, too. And this is almost 20 years later. Now he has written his own show that's on Norwegian Cruise Lines. It's called, so I don't get it wrong, Music is a Language That We All Understand. And he has his own show at the Stardust Room, wherever the ballroom is. On what I can't remember the name of the cruise, the actual ship, but it's Norwegian Cruise Lines. So he's, I see him and I'm like, congratulations, your show's back up. How's it going? It's been sold out. People just love it. Wow. I mean, he's got his own band, musicians, backup singer, dancers, and it's all his own show that he actually wrote. And the person that runs runs all the cruise lines, and he's the creative director and the producer, is Robert Dean. Now, I didn't realize it was Robert's boat, but he's like, yeah, it's Robert. So we're sitting there having this conversation back and forth on Facebook. Tell everybody about Robert Dean, buddy.
Well, I'm not going to go
last time
too.
we saw him.
We know him from Starlight Express.
From Starlight Express in Germany.
And you know
many,
more
many
about what
years
he's
ago.
doing. He's choreographing, and he's just
Yeah, well, he's the producer and the producing manager for Norwegian Cruise Lines now.
Right. Again, artists that segued into behind the scenes, doing more and getting more into the creative,
Yes.
a bigger picture. And so this is why I like producing. I like being executive producer, producing. I like being behind the camera. I love being in front of the camera also, but I really like being behind because you have just more, I don't want to say control, but you get involved in more
Yes.
aspects of this piece of work, this art, this message, the story that's being told. You become
Yes.
more involved in that story, not just simply as the actor. I don't want to say simply, but that's an important role there. But it expands and it's powerful. It's
Yes.
great. So it's great to see our friends growing and developing
Yes.
from the Michael Rands,
Yes.
from Robert Deans to
Tony
Irving
to Deborah Walton, my best friend.
You know, and to us. Maybe even to you, we hope. So
Yes.
share your stories. What are you doing? Again, back to my
Yes.
first question from the top. You know, share your number one exciting news from this week, and
Yes.
what are you doing? What's happening in your world? Share that with us. Let us know and ask your questions. We do appreciate you spending the time with us here.
Yes.
And it's it's a Sunday, 2:00 middle of the day.
Relaxing.
What are you doing except maybe just relaxing? And
Gearing up for your week, right?
we purposely put it at this time. I didn't want to wake up early today, and I didn't want to do it late, and we have the whole day. So we just thank you for spending the time with us in our home.
Yes.
This is our dining room here. Maybe one day we'll give you a tour of our home, a virtual tour. But thank you so much. God bless you guys.
Thank
Any
you.
final words from you, baby?
No, just keep on going. Stay fit, be fit, stay focused. Have your team around you. Keep going. Never, never, ever, ever give up. Set your goals, and then have those people around you that are going to make it happen, because it will. It's a matter of time. It's not will it happen. It will happen, but it's a matter of when will it happen,
Right.
and will you be ready?
Right, and also I'll add to that, I say this all the time, the it that
Yes.
you want to happen may not be the it that will happen, but it will happen.
Yes, and it's true.
And ready or not, but do all that you can to prepare for it.
Yes.
Okay, and look for it.
Yep.
And then accept it and enjoy it. Okay, enjoy your life, enjoy your day. We'll see you guys, talk to you guys next week. You can chat with us over the week. Please do that. Leave the questions down there. We'll continue to be here for a couple of more minutes, taking your questions in and planning for our next show. God bless you. Have a great week.
Bye.